again, as they should be. So, yeah, no, it's like should actually take that down a little bit. It should actually be able to hear.
Yep, I got it on my end.
Cool. Cool, and I can still hear you guys. Progress!
Yay!
Hi, everyone! Welcome back. I'm sorry about that.
We return!
Yeah, I don't have Kraken to blame it on today, so... Or La Sombra here. I blame... I don't know. Nosferatu.
Yeah, he has decided to grace us with his small and lovable presence.
Sure, that thing's gonna end up being a chonker.
Probably. I just hope he gets built like a freaking tank.
Well, start walking him and you'll be... Exercise.
Oh, he jumps.
Exercise.
Yeah. He's up and down and running around and all that fun stuff all day.
Jumping's gonna keep him lean. If you want him to be tank build, don't let him jump.
Yeah. Trust me, he runs all over the dang place. There is no walk with him. It's run.
All or nothing. He's got to get everywhere with those little legs.
He's trying to develop his potence.
Yeah. You mean celerity?
No, soaring leap.
Oh. Fair enough.
Celerity comes later. That's out of plan.
Right. Right, that comes when his legs are a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Okay. How is everyone tonight?
Doing all right.
About the same.
Damp. I'm damp.
Oh, see, that was me yesterday after getting hailed on in the middle of sitting in standstill traffic for almost an hour.
No, I walked across my driveway.
And it is pouring, I assume.
It was. Now it's not.
Okay. Well,
that was fun.
At least we don't have to worry about you dropping out in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a quick line that came through. I don't think we got anything else. If we do, we'll get an alert on my phone and I'll let you know.
Okay. Cool. Anything you guys want to go over?
Not that I can think of.
We covered most of stuff prior to the stream, so
There is a couple
Dengle
of
can
stains.
stay in the dark.
There is a couple of stains to deal with.
Oh, they're fine. We ain't got to worry about them.
Does he feel remorseful?
Of one of the two, more so than the other one.
Remorse rolls
But
are
yes.
technically all or nothing?
Yeah. Technically, yes.
Technically, yes.
Yes, because he knew he shouldn't have done that. However, given the circumstance, he was like, fuck this and this damn night.
That's fair. That's
frustrations.
Fair. Those are end of story things, story beat rolls, correct?
That is however you want to handle them.
Well, your unstained, your humanity is what, 6?
Yes.
Does Rufus feel bad enough to make that issue now? I'm content to leave it till the end of the week. But if he truly feels bad enough, we would do it now.
He's preoccupied.
Okay. So,
otherwise preoccupied, let's put it that way.
End of chapter, then. Most of them will be end of chapter unless you feel so much remorse that it's appropriate to take care of it at that time.
Like he said, 97 years and some change. He's been doing this for a while. Knows better, but frustrations.
Understandable. So that is probably how I will do it, just like end of chapter, unless it suits the story otherwise. So, nothing else you guys want to go over before we start? I'll take that as a no, and
Good.
we'll do our starting soon thing. And I'll let you guys know when we're back.
Also, same double check stuff.
Okay. Sorry, quick little intro's already done. Yay, 30-second intros. Beat through that stuff. Okay. So, I am Feyla. I am the storyteller for the evening. Welcome to Blood and Hope Detroit. This is a World of Darkness game. If we touch on anything that bothers you or that is something you cannot handle at this point in time, please take a step back. We do recap, so you don't need to worry about it. We're dealing with Sabbat stuff this week, so it can be fairly graphic. So please keep that in mind as we go ahead. There won't really be warnings ahead of time, so this is the general cover warning for all of that. So, joining me tonight is Buttons playing Uriel.
Hello.
Dengle playing Rufus.
Good evening.
And Nenavar playing William.
Hi.
As we said on some of our last games, Kosia will be stepping out for an extended period of time. Lottie is currently taking care of things with Valentina, working to pay off some debts, and dealing with what happened during the 6th. So she will come back eventually, and we will take care of everything at that point in time. This is the night of March 8th. Can I get everyone's rouse check and then tell me what you're sitting at hunger-wise, please?
Failed at 3 hunger.
I failed and I'm at 1 now.
Guess who also failed? Only I'm sitting at 2.
Rufus, that lasted so long.
I know. Oh, so long.
All right, so Uriel and William, how would you like to begin your evening?
Well, Uriel's spent the day at the school.
Actually, I forgot a recap, even though I talked about a recap. So why don't you guys recap the definitely not crazy evening the night before?
We tracked down a gangrel, going over Rufus's hurting, most of the way. And we managed to kill off the gangrel, and Rufus experienced moral dread.
Yeah, nothing happened. It's fine.
We have a baby Ravnos, and Uriel spent the night at the school with said Ravnos and
Other
Rufus.
Ravnos.
Yeah.
All right. So, Uriel and William, how would you like to start your evening? Uriel is at the school, and William is at his haven.
I'm just going to try his luck again to find something to eat.
All right. Go ahead and give me your hunting roll, which will be either charisma and or manipulation, and then any one of the appropriate persuasion skills based on how you would like to do your hunting.
Three. You are needed.
It is early enough in the evening that 3 will do it for you. You can make your way out. I don't know if you'd like to hit up a club or something like that, something similar to that, but you can definitely find someone and take off some hunger. How much would you like to take off?
2.
Okay. You're at 3 hunger. Okay.
Me down to 1.
What do you do with a person after you finish feeding off of them?
I just give them once over, make sure they're going to be okay, and then send them on their way.
They're looking fairly dizzy and weak at the moment, but they look like they would be confused for someone who's drunk. Okay. Uriel.
Uriel is still at the school, so they will. First, they'll check on Rufus and the kid to make sure they made it through the day sleep without issues.
So, that being said, if that is immediately what you're going to be doing, you'll take care of Rufus's. Now, Rufus, you wake up at 1 hunger, but you did not feed the newly created vampire the night before.
Yes, we did.
You did. What did you... Oh, you did.
Peter.
You did.
Yep.
I forgot about that. My apologies.
I know better. It's okay.
He's hungry.
That's fine.
But not hungry enough that you have to worry about it.
You should be a 1.
Yeah. I completely blanked that I had Peter do that. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. So, he wakes up and he looks like he is waking up into a panic attack and still coming to terms with things, especially because of the way he had to fall asleep.
Yep.
So, Uriel, you open the door to the newly turned Ravnos freaking out. What was that?
Okay. It was exactly as what happened last night. Hey Rufus, you doing all right?
I'm here.
Are you optimally functional?
I don't have any holes in me and I can move properly, so.
And you're conscious. I'll take that as a win. Shoot. So, how much did he tell you last night?
Everything. It was
Everything?
It was a lot of information in a very short amount of time.
Okay. And how much do you remember?
Everything's a jumble. Like, I don't even know anymore.
Okay. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. So he's essentially in charge of you. I'm just kind of helping set the scene a little bit. But do you have any specific questions? Maybe hearing a second person will help.
Can I become normal again?
Not that we've found. Trust me, people have tried. You have to be of a certain generation to become even close to normal again.
Yes, and unfortunately, that's not going to happen with us. That being said, the most important thing is to make sure that every night you move.
What?
Tomorrow, make sure that you're over a mile away from here. And the night after that, a mile away and a mile away. You're used to being on the streets. I'm sure you have plenty of hidey holes.
Yeah, that doesn't tell me why, though.
It is a curse of our ancestry.
Curse? Vampires just can't go do whatever they want?
And no. Every family, quote unquote, we tend to call them bloodlines or clans or whatever, but basically every grouping of vampires have their strengths and their weaknesses. And unfortunately, your weakness is that you can't spend the same night within a certain distance of where you spent the previous, day, technically.
Yeah, I kind of remember you mentioned that tonight before, but I kind of thought you were joking.
No, I am 100% serious. Good
What
news,
happens
if you need to place, you literally burn from the inside out. At first, it's not bad.
Now that I didn't know. Interesting. Well, unfortunate.
There's more to go along with it, but that's the important bit. Now, there are some that are rumored to have other shortcomings, but let's hope that that's not yours.
What is that one?
Something to the effect of if they utter your quote-unquote true name as a Fey, it can negatively affect what you do.
Magic is real? What?
Yes. As a matter of fact, they can do magic.
A poor facsimile of what once was, but yes, to an extent.
Assume everything is real. Nothing is fake.
Great.
Until otherwise told.
Great. Can I just have some time?
Yes, you still have my number and you still have a phone. If you need to call me at the end of the night, I can pick you up and we can make sure that you're safe. You are not very hungry now, I assume, or not at all, hopefully.
Definitely better than I was last night.
Okay. I wouldn't worry about trying to eat anything or drink anything. It's probably not going to get any better. Also, if weird things start happening, and you, I don't know, start seeing things that aren't necessarily there, or start hearing people's heartbeats from like a block away, it's fine. Or there's also things with animals too that some of us can do. It's weird.
Everything is weird right now.
Correct. And we will take it one night at a time.
I just need to go.
I understand.
Wherever you end up, just keep an eye out. There's far more dangerous things than us that are roaming about right now.
Great.
Yes. And let me know where you end up, please. It's not a requirement, but it is a request.
Yeah, sure.
I would like to at least keep tabs on you and answer questions as they come up. Also, remember, don't tell anybody. I don't think you will, because you know the negative consequences that could bring.
Who the hell would believe me?
Quite a few people, actually. Unfortunately, they'd be the wrong people.
What, some insane people gonna come kill us or something?
Yes.
Great.
Better than the werewolves.
The what?
Yes. Those are a thing. Like I said, assume everything is real until it's not.
Great. So is that like the whole movie thing? To like, do we hate each other?
Yes.
At least something's right.
Actually, most things are fairly accurate. However, most people can enter domiciles and don't have aversions to holy symbols and silver and mirrors and such. There is a clan that doesn't like mirrors, but for a different reason.
Cool.
Oh, and very few of us can actually turn into a bat.
Where are the werewolves? Where do I need to not go?
Stay in the city. In the city. And you'll be fine.
Great.
Don't go out in the woods or into a wildlife area.
Was that dog that you were looking for last night part of that?
Oh no, that would be a gangrel. Yes, it's another clan. Like I said, when questions arise and you have had time to process, we'll talk. But you have the basics. I trust you won't do anything too reckless. Hopefully.
What, like use someone as bait and get him killed?
Yes.
Great, thanks.
Oh, by the way, and he pulls out the $100 bill and be like, "This will at least get you close."
Yeah. He'll grab it and start to walk out the door unless you guys stop him.
Nope.
So we will come back to you two in a minute. William, that probably would have been long enough for you to have fed. What would you like to do after you fed?
send a text to Uriel, ask them if they're still at the school.
Okay. So roughly the time the kid's walking out the door, Uriel, your phone goes off.
I'll check it.
You have 2 missed texts. One from William and one from Evelyn.
I'll check the one from William first. And respond, yes, I'm still at the school. Everything's okay. Did you need something?
No, but I figure we'll probably need to meet up soon, so I'll start making my way there.
Let me ask Rufus first. And Uriel will look up from their phone. Hey, Rufus, William's on his way over. Is that okay, or should I tell him to meet us somewhere else?
Here's fine.
They'll text William back. Okay, you're good.
Thumbs up emoji.
And before they address the other text, they'll turn to Rufus. I'm probably gonna have to make a call here. Are we sure it was a good idea to just let him go?
No, but it'll be fine.
So, a little detail about what happened at the DIA. The Sabbat got in because they were let in by a disgruntled Embrace.
Right.
I don't want a repeat of that.
Right. However, it's not the Tremere. That's not disgruntled. That's confused. Disgruntled would be controlled beyond all measure and forced to do menial tasks that are well below their station, which some Tremere are notorious for.
True.
We typically have a more free hierarchy. And given literally just turned his world on its head, I will allow a little bit of space. The bond that comes from the embrace should suffice to keep him safe enough. Told him a handful of things that specifically is not to be told. And a handful of things that specifically are not to be done.
I would hope so, and under normal circumstances, I wouldn't even ask. It's just, I'm still on edge.
Right. Also, I don't have the same issue of bonding someone as your clan does. So it's easier for us to have that understanding. It's not something that I'd plan on keeping long term because that's just not how I operate. However, if I have an inkling that they might be an issue, that might be a thing.
I shudder to think what the pyramid would actually be like if Tremere could properly bond.
Terrible.
All right. Well, if you're all right, I'm going to step out, and Evelyn texted me, so I'm going to see what she wants.
Please give me an update.
Uriel will nod and then step back out.
Okay.
And see what Evelyn wanted.
We'll get to Uriel in just a moment. William, so you get that message, and I assume you start making your way to the school?
Yep.
Okay. You're a little bit of a distance away, so it takes you a little bit to get there. Was there anything you wanted to do on your way there?
I will check in with Oliver, see how he's doing.
Okay. So he'll update you saying he's got more of the work done. And then ask if you had any jobs for him. And also when he could see you next, because it's been a minute.
Not right now. Things are kind of hectic. Make sure you keep your head down at night.
Why? What's going on?
Cool. There's some gang activity.
Like our kind of gang activity?
Yes.
Cool. Don't come over. I don't want them knowing where I am.
Oh, we'll see you soon.
Thanks. And then you get a few image updates on what he's been working on. And they're fairly well done. He has done a pretty decent job for what he's been able to do so far.
We'll send a looks good message to him.
Okay. Yeah, well, you'll arrive there probably a little bit after Uriel's phone call. So, Uriel, do you message back or immediately call?
They'll take a look. Was it a missed call or a missed text from Evelyn?
A text. And it reads...
Okay, so...
Liana's wondering what you've been able to find out. He also has a present for your coterie.
So Uriel will text, hey, is this an okay time to call you? Too much has happened to say over text.
Probably not safe to say over text, then. Where should I meet you?
Can you come to name of the school? Because it's blanking in my head at the point.
Yeah. We haven't really used the name of it. And she'll message back, yes, give me about 20 minutes to get ready and to get the other stuff ready.
That's just as well. I need to pull the group together.
I will see you in about half an hour.
Thumbs up emoji.
So, Rufus, would you have done anything when Uriel stepped out?
He will turn his phone back on, first and foremost.
Okay.
And he will send a message to Buck.
Okay.
Stating, I need you to call this number. They need a ride around.
Anything I should know about them?
They are of the nighttime proclivities. They like animals a lot.
Great. Can't wait to clean up dog hair in the car.
They don't have one. That's fine.
That's
Just
something
figured
at
you
least.
should know beforehand. So if they start to have an episode.
Thanks for the heads up. I'll give them a call. Anything else you need?
Have you seen Chris?
He's been in and out.
Everything look normal with him?
Yeah, that girl's been with him a few times, though.
That's fine. As long as they don't look like they're doing anything that I should know about.
Don't think so?
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I'll be by at the end of the week. Things are dangerous.
Yeah, I watched the news. I assume it has to deal with other nighttime escapades.
Yes. Yes.
I have some paperwork for you, by the way.
Oh, good. I'll have to figure out a time to come over. I'm a bit busy right now.
I figured. Some woman approached me about it. Caitlin?
Right. She looked very prim and proper and put together.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah, she said you sent her. So. Well,
Correct.
You and some woman named Valentina who is
She owns a
paying
casino.
for most of it.
She owns the casino.
Yeah, you have some insane connections.
You don't know the half of it.
Don't think I want to.
No, you don't.
Let me know when you want to sign. I'll go play chauffeur.
Thank you again. I need to get you a gas card.
Please and thank you. And you do have a few other missed messages.
Okay.
One from Peter, one from Varia. Both just... Peter was asking if you're okay. Varia, the same, but a few other messages letting you know that she cleaned up everything. She doesn't think anyone found out. There was a police officer who found it, but they no longer remember anything, so no worries there.
We'll send a confirmation of I am fine, everything is fine on this front. Thank you for taking care of that. I was not in a good space.
Didn't look like it. Let me know if you need me to do anything tonight. And that was Varia.
I will have to let you know later. Right now, it does not seem like we've got too much going on.
Small mercies.
So. Right, give it an hour. I'm sure that'll change.
You also have a message from Sylvia giving you an update that there was some people starting some small issues around the borders of your domain, but Hunter and Buffy took care of that pretty quickly.
Good.
And she'll
Keep
actually
up.
give you locations of them. And they're fairly spread, not evenly, but spread from each other. So there were isolated incidents.
Keep up the good work. Let me know if anything intrudes.
Will do.
Because then we have a bigger issue.
Will do. You also you got a few messages. You have one from Caitlin, and she is giving some updates on what she's been doing with King. And you got kind of a map ping location, and areas are pinged all over. And it's just where the biggest amount of activity has been found so far.
Again, we'll thank her and play this. I assume that you've given this to other people as well.
I gave it to all of the heads of...
That's all that needs it.
Yep.
Just so we can stay coordinated in the efforts to mitigate.
I figured. Do you want me to continue working with King?
If that is your prerogative and if that is what you feel like is going to be the best use of your abilities, absolutely.
Unless you need me for something else, I mostly deal with Valentina's accounts and security.
So this electronic tracking is probably a good use of your abilities, is what I'm hearing. So
Yes.
Keep doing this then, because I know King needs the help and Mike is not able.
I'm gonna sew Motor's mouth shut.
Oh, right. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm shocked that it hasn't happened yet. I was told you were there during that night.
I was. Just use your family abilities and make them stop.
I have.
Assuming you have them.
Been very appreciative.
Good.
I'll give you any updates I find.
Thank you very much.
See, Uriel, if you step back into the room, Rufus is just furiously typing away. And William, you arrive not too long after Rufus finishes up.
Good evening. Rufus, you feeling better?
Much.
Oh, good. You're here. Evelyn is on her way.
Who's that?
Oh, you weren't there for that. The personal representative and, well, ghoul of a very powerful local Hikata is coming to talk with us about some personal, well, not necessarily personal business, but some business that Rufus and I got into when you and Lottie were out.
Okay. Anything important I need to know?
Yes. Long story short, the Sabbat wants a magic dagger that said Hikata has. And, we have been trying to figure out why.
Hey. Got any leads on that so far, or?
Out of the thousands of magic daggers reported in myths and legends and history and all that fun stuff, I've narrowed it down to one of maybe 6 or 7. And then my study got lit on fire. Not actually, but you get the point.
Well, never get down to 6 or 7 something.
Rufus is still messaging away on his phone, not paying attention to what is going on around him currently. And there is still a little bit of time before Evelyn would have shown up. So is there anything the two of you would like to do?
How's that new Raphnos doing?
Needs some space. Kid's pretty confused still. I mean, I get it. theoretically. Can't say my embrace was that quick, but if as jarring as it was for me, I can only imagine how bad it is for him.
I was kind of caught off guard. Celeste's kind of got a magnetic presence to him, so he kind of got me some bread and turned to me then, but at least he explained things to me.
Rufus has been doing his best, but I think along with the shell shock, the kid's been disillusioned with him a little bit, I think.
Finding out your local priest is a vampire is probably a pretty big thing.
I can only imagine. Yeah, no. I mean, I kind of get that part. I mean, I was kind of talent scouted by a quote unquote family friend, so as is pretty common in Tremere circles.
So, what happened with the DIA outside of the Sabat stuff?
A disgruntled new embrace let in a Sabat pack, and they wreaked havoc. Killed a couple people, lit some fires in one of the deeper archives, made a mess of the place. Just about blew my eardrums out.
Yeah. This week's gonna be rough.
Yes, it is. So, getting our thoughts together prior to other parties showing up. Plan hasn't changed. I have information from Caitlin, so that is better. As far as hotspots are concerned, I've got Alex looking around. As far as to find Cassidy, and then also Buck is aiding in the search. As far as Damien's concerned, obviously he's not here.
So while you guys are talking, Uriel, you get a text. Or you get a phone call, I'm sorry, and it's from Evelyn.
Excuse me, one moment. Hello?
Where should we go? We're out front, and I don't see anyone out here.
Yes, my apologies. We just got everyone here. I will be down there in just a moment.
Okay.
Uriel will turn to the others. They're here. I'm gonna go escort them in. Is there somewhere I should take them that isn't here?
We can meet in the theater.
Okay. And Uriel will scurry off to play footman.
Okay. So when Uriel gets outside, you see Evelyn, and she's dressed fairly nice, as per every single time you've seen her. She is nice, like business casual almost. And there is a man standing next to her, fairly tall, a little bit on the older side looking. Couple marks on his face, look like old scars. And he's just standing next to her, just kind of looking over the building. Not disgusted, just less than enthused.
Ah, yes. Hello. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. And this is Evelyn speaking. This is Quinn. He is Leon's representative. We were told that Rufus was going to be getting them from each of the domain holders here.
Yes. Nice to meet you, Quinn. I'm Dr. Kotzer. You can call me Uriel, and they'll extend a hand.
He'll hold out his hand and shake it. Pleasure.
Apologies, we've been a little bit busy prior night, and we're kind of regathering. If you would like to follow me, Rufus is waiting inside.
So, Rufus and William, while Uriel scurries out, you two make your way to the words
Theater?
are escaping me. Yes, theater. I was going to say atrium, but that was not right. So, you arrive there before them. And after a few minutes, Uriel leads Rufus, who you know to be Evelyn, and another man in.
Good evening to you two.
Good evening. And the man will just give you a nod.
Oh, good, you're both here. Introductions. Evelyn, Quinn, this is William and Rufus.
Good to meet you again, Rufus, and hello, William. And the man will just kind of give a nod and turn more of his attention towards Rufus.
Good evening.
So, this is Quinn, as she said. He is Leon's representative. Leon is hoping that he will be able to help you. I don't know the full extent of his abilities, however, he is able to help clean up. And should you need any financial assistance during this week, he can provide that as well.
You're definitely going to be doing a lot of cleaning up this week.
Unfortunately, it's one of my specialties.
Uriel gives him a curious look.
Plan stuff. If you need a body taken care of, I can deal with it quietly.
Uriel's gonna look at Rufus and point questioningly back towards where they came from. Is the...
Give us 1 second, everyone. While Rufus seems preoccupied with his phone, Evelyn will turn to Uriel. So, Leon has been wondering what is going on with that knife he asked you to look for. We have not heard from you.
Yes, I almost had it. I got out of... You would not imagine how many ritual daggers and things have been spoken of, even in recent past. I had it narrowed down to one of maybe 6 or 7, and then an attack was mounted on the DIA, and everything kind of went to shit.
Yes, Octavius spoke a little bit about the unfortunate incident that happened when he was there the night of one of the mass embraces.
Yes, it seems that a less than enthusiastic recent acquisition decided he had better chances with a local Sabbat pack and let them in to run amok. And apparently he was the one that left a note in my office, or a remnant of a note in my office, which tipped one of my contacts off about the hunt for the knife in the first place. So it seems that a local Sabbat pack is after a necromantic dagger, and that concerns me even more than the thought of a wayward Tremere having it.
Right. I mean, there is the possibility that there is a Hakata there looking for it.
It most certainly is. There wasn't one that was part of the pack that I ran into at the DIA, but it's entirely possible.
Well, if...
At least not that I know of.
Quinn interjects here. If there was one there, that means there's a sire in there.
True.
So that means they probably have someone looking to do rituals. If they're looking for a ritual blade.
Yeah. I was trying to establish a little bit more of a presence there, have them get used to me so I could actually start asking questions without getting weird looks. But
In the Sabbat?
no, at the DIA. My apologies.
So you don't have a presence there?
It's
as
minimal.
A Tremere?
I am very much independent, or at least I was.
So as that talk is happening, Rufus, you had gotten a text from Alex. And it was just, hey, Buck came and got me. What exactly do you want me to look for?
Just anything that seems off, and then he gives the names of the neighborhoods and the areas that they're to look around.
Okay. Let me know if anything comes up and I'll keep you informed.
Thank you. If you find something that you think I should know about, let me know. And if it's something that you think you can take care of yourself, let me know before you do that.
So just let you know when anything happens.
Ideally. A lot of weird stuff has happened in the last 24 hours. And I don't need more weird stuff.
Okay. Should I let that other group know?
The Thinbloods or the...
No, the one with the
One-
other gangrel.
Oh no, they're taking care of other issues.
Okay.
I feel like there are more of them, so make them do the dirty work.
Works for me.
Thank you again. And again, I'm working on a place for you to stay at the very least, if you don't have one still.
Yeah, it seems to have been really crazy the past few nights. I can wait. I just would appreciate having one.
I will, I'll figure something out sooner rather than later for you.
Appreciated. And that's the last message you get from Alex. And you tune back into the conversation, and about the time Quinn is decidedly worried that Uriel was trying to join the Sabbat.
I'm sorry. I missed some things in context. I had a rather important message come in.
Yes, we figured you were busy. No, we were just trying
I
to get
apologize.
an update on the knife that we have not heard anything about.
Oh, that. By chance, have we checked in with the ministry in the area to see if they know anything?
Well, you and Uriel said you would take care of the knife, so Leon was leaving that up to you.
Right, I was more directing that at Uriel.
I have made attempts to see if there was a way to get in with the ministry, and I have not found something as of yet. I was hoping to talk to our ministry friend in common. However, that is also something that fell by the wayside when everything went butt over tea kettle, as it were.
Yes,
That is fair.
knowing that there is at least 2 Hekata in the Sabbat here currently sheds a little bit more light on the knife and why they were looking for it. So initially you said the Tremere were looking for it, so how did that turn into Sabbat? If it was in the resident pyramid?
It's very, very odd. I was notified. This whole thing came about because I was notified by one of my people that kind of works in the DIA that someone had been in my office that was not me and left a remnant of a note talking about a knife in a graveyard. And one thing led to another. We wound up at the graveyard. And so I started bolstering my presence at the DIA to see if maybe I could figure out who was leaving that note and why. Turns out that the person that did, the Tremere that did, although I don't know if he's still alive, he, as I mentioned earlier, decided to throw in his lot with the Sabbat. So that turned from the Tremere wanting another magical artifact to the Sabbat wanting a magical artifact.
Interesting. Well, Quinn has more information than I about any things that the clan is able to do. So I will leave you. I need to report back to Leon and give him this information. If anything comes up, you can call me, although we probably should keep things in a more face-to-face fashion, given that the hunters have already made a presence here not too long ago. No, not too long ago. We don't want them to come back. And this week is already going to bring enough issues.
Yes, agreed. Stay safe.
You as well. Farewell, Quinn. And I'll say goodbye. And she walks out. So I assume you weren't paying attention when I told you that I specialize in body cleanup. And if you need some financial stipends, I can work with that this week.
I heard something of that nature. It was rather sudden. So, but I will absolutely work on not needing at least half of that, hopefully. The financial, maybe, but hopefully not the body portion.
Nothing crazy, but things here and there. Leon is willing to take care of some of it.
Right, and that's use but not abuse.
Right. I am here to give my best judgment on that. As well as aid you as needed.
Speaking of cleanup, should we do something about upstairs-ish?
Very is going to take care of that one. I've already asked.
Okay.
We had an issue with a new one that we figured would benefit from our tutelage. I'm sure you possibly remember how hungry you were when you first came over. They were just as hungry. And
I think my family does things a little bit differently.
Potentially. I don't know exactly who your family is, but again, that's not necessarily my place to know.
Not unless it comes up. Is there a body you need taken care of?
There is one upstairs. I can bring it down.
I can handle it wherever.
For security reasons, because it is in my soon-to-be private quarters, would rather people not enter, if at all possible.
I said wherever. Just bring it to me if that's what you want.
And Rufus will just kind of nod and go grab it and bring it down.
Okay. So, you bring them.
Making sure to remove the bindings, of course.
Yeah. Alright, so you bring it down, and he just makes small talk with Uriel and William, although he's not the most verbose person ever. Was there anything you two specifically wanted to say to him? Or ask him?
Mostly just ask how did he find out about the Hikata in the Sabbat? Is there anything we need to know about them or be concerned about?
Well, you just told us there was one there. By proxy, if there was one there, there's probably a sire.
Fair.
So Rufus, you get back at that point and just dump it on the ground. Lovely. When was this finished?
To the best of my knowledge, late last evening.
Unfortunate it wasn't sooner. And then he will pull out a knife. I already did the rouse check. He passed the rouse check. And let's see, stamina. Oh, 6. He has a whole sheet. Uh-oh. Get this pulled up.
Morbidity. I know what uh-oh means.
Yeah. Yep, okay, so he gets really fascinated on this body and like starts poking at the slightly more savage than needed bite. You know who did it?
Yes.
Right, that kindred you took under your care. What clan?
That's to be determined.
Give me manipulation and subterfuge. Is anyone else saying anything?
Uriel's just watching this all happen. Very curious as to what he's about to do.
Everyone's also staying quiet.
Gonna use a willpower.
Okay.
4.
Yeah, you win that one. He looks he just nods as he continues doing what he's doing. So let's see. So he opens, like forcibly opens the jaw on this thing and bleeds into its mouth. And it starts decaying at a quick rate. Like, this is an impossibly fast rate that it just starts disintegrating and decaying.
Wow.
Never get used to that.
You've seen it?
A couple times. I've been around for long enough to see the unfortunate side effects sometimes.
Fair enough. And I'll stand up and just kind of like brush off the wound, clean the dagger, and it's the corpse is about half decayed at this point. And as it's decaying, it's just like leaving a residue, but you can't even tell what it is. It looks like almost like water damage or something. And it's drying. And after maybe another minute or two, it is gone.
That is a handy trick.
Like I said, clean up.
Unfortunate.
Necessary for what we are.
True. Wouldn't give up my my talents, however, that would be a nice one to have.
Not for teaching.
Well, I wasn't going to ask. It's quite all right.
He'll eye Uriel as he says that.
We all have our own talents. Uriel will just kind of shrug.
Don't need a Tremere with both blood magic and oblivion.
Oh, wouldn't that be the day?
No.
Nah. I wouldn't want to be a target like that anyway.
And you would be, trust me.
I do.
Good. Any tasks to be completed tonight?
We're just about to get to there, weren't we?
We were, as a matter of fact. Because I've already doled out the tasks of the representatives that I do have. Besides cleanup and being able to bankroll things. Are there any other talents that you may or may not have?
Are you having spirit problems?
I wish I was. That would be so much easier than this.
It would be with me here.
No, unfortunately.
I think that's a fortunate thing. Wraiths and ghosts are not fun to force back into the Shadowlands.
True, however. Typically, if I'm not mistaken, they come in far fewer numbers than what we're experiencing now. While they are more problematic in the long run, they are less numerous.
Depends on the violent death. This could be an issue.
I guess that would be a good start, to be honest with you. If I don't know if you can monitor that from afar, or if you have to go around searching for it, but
I can
finding
make some
pockets.
things to do that.
So if you can find us pockets of where these things are happening, that could potentially lead us to where certain packs or cells or whatever you want to call them are operating.
Rufus, your phone goes off.
I hate this thing. Excuse me. And he looks at it.
It is Naine who's calling.
Oh. He will answer it. Yes.
Hey, so you want to play some zombies?
I don't play video games. I've told you this already.
Do you want to play some zombies? Why don't you come visit your Thin Blood friends?
Oh, that's fun. Sure. I'll bring the Mountain Dew.
I didn't know you drank it. And you'll get
I don't.
those faces with like the wide open mouths.
I don't.
Sure you don't. Anyway, one of my friends is outside waiting for you.
I assume they will be in a green jumpsuit.
Always. That's the only kind.
Okay. Well, I guess I will see them in a minute. They have directions?
Yep.
Okay. And he will turn to the group. I believe we have a bit of a actually something that you might be fitted for, potentially.
Oh yeah.
Just the recently deceased brought back, not through Embrace, apparently is making its appearance.
That sounds like we need to go take care of that now.
Agreed.
Hopefully it'll just be written off as a bad horror flick that somebody is trying to film.
Sounds like somebody should start doing that. Cleanup.
Yes. I have a van outside. It's nothing spectacular, and I get a lot of laughs about it, but it works. So,
I assume you
I'll
want
be
me to
out there.
join you there?
If you so see that you need to.
Well, it's not like Evelyn let me bring my car, so.
That's an issue. We should probably let you have your car so you can transport
yeah, she
yourself
wanted
as
to
needed.
walk.
Wow. He's an odd duckling, but it's quite all right. That and I need to change anyway.
Yeah, you look like you had a bit of an issue.
I did. At least I've cleaned up some of it.
Right. He'll turn to the other two. So why don't you two show me where this van is? So I can go laugh at it.
Sure, right this way.
And actually, Rufus will lead them to it because that's where all of his clothes are.
Yep.
He does have some damage from the night prior that he should probably take care of.
Oh yes, he does, doesn't he?
Yes. At least the aggravated.
Yes. Thanks. Why don't you make your rolls for that?
Yeah, well, I failed 2 of them, but
So you are at 3 hunger.
Yeah, I
So
am.
much for being full. And as Quinn gets out there, he does laugh.
There is worse things.
Right. Do you hand out Bibles from the back?
Yes, actually.
Lovely. Great.
It could be ice cream cones.
That sounds like it would attract more attention than you need.
Exactly. And that's where it gets worse. Give me just a second. I've got to change. We still have to have a bit of modesty.
Yeah, why don't you go take care of the dried blood?
And he will hop inside and get changed into athletic clothing and sneakers.
Do you have a way to clean up the dried vitae that is all over you?
He would have like wipes and such, and he would probably have a small sink in there with like, yeah. And he would
It would
bag
take
it
a
up and all
lot.
that fun stuff.
It would take a lot of that water.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, you takes you 10 minutes to get fully cleaned up.
But yeah, everything that he was wearing is bagged up and kind of put away.
So in that 10 minutes, is there anything that you two would like to ask or bug Quinn about?
So what'd you do as a mortal?
I took care of finances.
Sounds kind of boring.
Pity Lottie's not here. Probably
That's
talk
the
your ear off about it.
Ventrue that you guys run with?
Yes, actually. Sort of.
I made sure I knew what I was coming into.
Good. I'm glad someone did.
Why did you not?
It was more a happenstance. I figured it would be a lot, but chance you take when associating with anyone of our kind, let's be honest.
Right, that's why I typically try and stay away. Rufus, give me wits and awareness.
That would be 3.
You hear something rustling in the front of your van as you're cleaning up. Something small.
He'll poke his head out and see if you can see a little green gremlin.
Yep. It's digging through the center console of your van.
I don't eat food, stop. Get
Just
you
kinda chirps
something
at you.
later. We'll get you something to eat later.
And it opens its mouth, and you hear Naine's voice come out of it. Okay, so these are the addresses, and then lists off an address that is actually takes you a second, but you recognize it as the art park that you met T at.
Okay.
And then it goes back to chirping at you.
He'll write down the addresses and go back to cleaning up before joining the rest of the group.
So, as you two are talking to Quinn, he's not enthralled with this conversation, and it keeps looking around. So what's going on here?
The school or
This new domain.
Rufus is planning to do some fixing up, do some community service stuff. Guess Valentina also has a stake in it as well.
I see. And what's the plan? What is he gonna do with the school? What are you guys gonna do with the school?
See, Bruce talked about turning the external building into a women's shelter, which I think was the hook for Valentina. And then it was mostly community-based stuff, the shelter, kitchen, things like that. I think he talked about giving Lottie a base of operations on one of the upper floors.
Doesn't sound like it's going to be a profitable venture for you.
I don't think that's his aim.
Right. But doesn't it at least need to pay for itself?
Yeah. Honestly, I've kind of
keep
wondered.
working for others to pay for it. And about that time, Rufus, you would come out. Sorry, Nan, go ahead.
I think he's also planning on carrying out his sermons in the school as well.
Sermons. Right, he does. What are you, a priest?
Yes.
And I'll turn to Rufus as he comes out.
Yes. And among other things, I am going to be building apartments for our kind on the top floor that'll be private area only. Charge rent.
Sounds like
You're
that
worried
could
about-
be a problem. Waiting to
Oh,
happen.
no. No, not necessarily. Not if done properly, which I don't know how long you've been doing this, but if you do it properly, it'll be fine.
It works for some families. But that's just it. It's typically a family it works for.
The good thing about it, well, my quote-unquote family is my family that usually has the impulsivity of a 2-year-old won't be able to stay there long term. And only renting to the most trusted individuals is the goal there. Like, if things work out properly, we have a ministry that her and her coterie would be able to stay if they so chose. As well as if they needed a place to stay, there would be one available. Not rent-free, unfortunately, but William hopefully is going to be a profitable individual shortly, and Lottie is able to turn a profit rather quickly. If given her data space, I would ask for a small portion of that just to cover some costs at the very least.
And we'll turn to William. Well, I feel like we should get on the road first, but what is your profitable venture?
I'm working on my music.
Okay.
Apparently there will be a lack of an identifying feature. So if that's something that you're curious about, that's a good start.
Mainly going to be going a animated route to at least have some sort of face on there.
I don't do much with that.
Anyway, everything is cleaned up. It's put away. By all means. Also, don't mind the squirrel in the front. It's our guide.
A squirrel.
Assuming it's still in there. Yes, the little green squirrel.
William's just going to pop on the passenger door and take a look inside.
And there is a squirrel, and he is sitting on the passenger seat like he would be the one taking the seat.
Why is it green?
Apparently, you've never met our teenage delinquent.
Which one?
The one that can disappear.
That doesn't narrow it down.
Literally disappear.
I think I heard something about a teenage Nosferatu.
Yes.
Oh, that one. Yes.
Yes. However, he's helpful when he wants to be.
Right. Cool. Okay. I'm getting in.
Are you getting in the back, or are you trying to get in the passenger seat?
They're gonna get in the back. They're not gonna mess with the squirrel.
Okay. Are we really deferring the seat to the squirrel?
That's up to you. I'm driving, so.
And it chitters at Quinn. And he just lets out a big sigh and gets in the back.
Would you like to ride on my shoulder? You may not be able to see better.
Who are you saying that to?
The squirrel.
It chitters at you and does not move.
See yourself.
Does William get in the front or the back?
Back.
We're just letting the squirrel have this. Too much weird stuff has already happened. We're not taking our chances.
And it sits there like a person would.
Rufus will proceed on to the art park first.
Okay. It will take you a small amount of time to get there. I will be back in one moment, so converse amongst yourselves.
So, Rufus, any idea exactly how much of an issue we're walking into? Like, is this a zombie horde? Or is it one or two?
Naine did not mention, and I assume our little passenger is probably not willing to talk again.
Wait, he talked?
Well, sort of.
Oh, okay.
I think it's safe to assume because we're probably going to be dealing with slightly smaller than a horde.
How would you quantify a horde anyway? 5, 10, 15, 30, 90, 100?
Eh,
Say about 20.
No, well, if it's 20, I need to find a good body shop to fix dents because I'm not dealing with all of them.
I don't think I've ever dealt with a proper zombie before. Quinn, any advice on that front? Besides the obvious?
Aim for the head. Don't let them hit you. They hit hard.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't really dealt with many of them. They're not a very common thing, as you can imagine. They kind of hurt the masquerade a lot.
Yeah, I figured they'd be a little bit more obvious than your average house ghost or whatever.
Yeah. Like, a person would stand up and just, that's what they look like.
Right. And with all these mass embraces, I'm sure there is fodder aplenty for whoever is doing this.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, he knows. So when you do this ritual ceremony, it requires a human sacrifice to raise the dead. So it's not a very clean-cut thing to do.
So hopefully we're just walking into an instance of one or two because I imagine if that's the case, doing it in large groups would be difficult to say the least.
You can raise as many as you are skillful enough to handle at a time. So it really depends on how proficient the ceremony leader is.
Fantastic. I'm sure.
If it's a big group, there is a chance that there's either going to be a lot of cleanup or someone's just very, very good at what they do.
Let's hope it's the cleanup.
You want more people to have been killed?
No, but in the long run, I'd rather, gun to my head, I'd rather deal with a large cleanup than someone who is confident enough to raise an army of the undead.
Guess we'll see, won't we? Rufus, at that time, your phone goes off on a text.
You'll take a glance at it.
It is Chris.
I'll actually open it then.
And it's just very quickly, and it's all kind of one word, where the letter R and the letter U.
Coming to where I've met your friends before.
And again, all abbreviated. Please hurry.
On my way.
And then don't hear anything else.
Well, good news. I don't believe our Duskborn friends are part of the ceremonies. At least regarding this.
Oh, well, that's good.
The one that I have working for me is either very worried or doesn't know how to spell, and I assume it's both.
He's a little bit of an airhead.
Uh-huh. And how many of these thin bloods are we going to be dealing with?
On average, it's 7 or 8. I think there's more.
And
Possibly
you're
could be
sure-
less, though.
You're sure they're not part of this?
Not 100%, but you can never be 100% sure. For all I know, William could be a caitiff masking as a Toreador in the Sabbat trying to infiltrate with Camarilla. I don't believe so, but it's a possibility.
That'd be a real stretch.
Exactly. It's a possibility. Probably not going to happen.
Right. And you guys are almost there at this point. Who's doing the cleanup here? Not the physical cleanup, but the that. And he'll point forward, and there is actually a couple cars lined up in front of the park. And a few people are standing out with their phones.
Well, Uriel, are you adept at the mind-altering techniques?
Not as adept as you are. I've seen you work. You're far better at it than I am.
Okay. Well, good news. I guess that falls upon me. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Because they look like they're recording.
Right. Get their attention first and foremost, and then I will take up their phones and, well, make sure that the information that they've got is well and truly destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those times that I wish that we knew more La Sombra.
You don't know any?
Not enough.
I don't have any in my phone, unfortunately for you.
The only ones that I know probably won't pick up and won't be able to respond quickly. They are states away.
I see. So tell me your plan.
First and foremost, getting their attention away from the problem is going to be number one priority.
Right.
Number two. I will need a second set of hands to get their phones from them. Because I can do it one at a time of give me your phone. But that might take a little bit longer than we really have. And then I can make them leave after that.
And
Give you a hand with that second part.
Hmm?
I can give you a hand with that second part.
Quinn will turn to Uriel. Do you have any scouting abilities?
Not particularly, but let me see if I can see a little bit of what's ahead.
And you are pulling up next to these lines of cars now, and there's not a lot of them, but there's about 7 people standing out there. And almost all of them have phones out and are talking amongst each other and be like, you can't hear yet because you haven't stepped out, but
As we are coming up to this, can I try and force a premonition to see if there's anything we need to look out for that might catch? Sorry, I got distracted by something. That might catch Uriel's attention or stand out as a potential issue.
you can certainly give me a roll and try. I believe it requires a rouse check first.
Yep. Okay, I passed the rouse check. I'm still at 2.
Okay.
More successes?
So you feel... Let's see. Let's see. One moment. I want to make sure I remember what this says. So you feel your consciousness kind of stretched out in several different directions, and it's a very jarring experience. And you kind of flash through a bunch of different kind of points of view, and there's just... You're seeing, like, shambling towards people, trying to hit someone, seeing the group of cars. And it just keeps flashing through different viewpoints. And it's hard to keep track of exactly how many there are because they are coming quickly and a lot of them are similar viewpoints. But there's definitely a good number of them. Not a ton, but there is a few.
So, as this is happening, Uriel gets the mile-long stare again before seemingly snapping back to themselves and shaking their head. Yep, there's a good group of them. Oh, that went too quickly. I couldn't tell how many. Definitely more than a couple. And they are going to start coming for people very soon, so we should get going.
Great.
Well, and at that point, Rufus will just pull off to the side and park.
Are you parking near everyone else or on the other side of them?
On the other side.
Okay. You get a few people looking at you, but most of them are focused on what's going on. And you can't see anything huge going on, but as you get out of the vehicle, you can hear the people kind of exclaiming like, wow, I wonder what's going on here. Is it a LARP? Is it some show, or are they recording something? And there's just a lot of people questioning like what is going on here, but they're all really excited about it.
And Rufus will waste no time turning on all of his special presence stuff. That is passive.
Before we get to that real fast, Uriel and William, you're in the back with Quinn, and you see him concentrate really hard for a moment. And as he steps away, his shadow stays where it is and begins to move separately of him. And he is now casting no shadow.
That's creepy.
Would Uriel recognize this?
You can give me intelligence and occult.
That is 7.
You do recognize this. There are... Oh, did you roll? None? You can if you want. You don't have to. Is he lagging for me or just...
No, he's lagging for me
Okay.
as well. I just wasn't sure.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Rufus, you haven't seen this yet, so you can't make the roll quite yet. But Uriel, yes, you do know that there are certain members of the Hecata who deal with the realm of the dead and oblivion and things like that, that can create servants out of their shadows.
Fascinating.
Well, you enjoy whatever this is. I'm gonna go help Rufus.
Yeah, let's get going. And you guys step out. And are you swinging back around to everyone, Rufus, or are you going straight for the people?
Straight for the people.
Okay. And are you going with him, William?
Yes.
All right. So we'll take care of you two first, and the shadow slips away into the darkness. So Rufus, you're turning on all of your abilities. Which ones are you?
Awe and Melpomene.
Okay, so you can use
Both
their
are free.
voice.
Yes.
But
And
only
he'll
one person.
kind of.
I believe is only
Yeah.
one person. Oh,
No,
anyone
it's
in
a
the presence.
group.
There we go.
Yep. Excuse me if I can have your attention.
Give me a charisma and persuasion. Or, I'm sorry, manipulation and presence. Probably better for you.
A little bit. Yes, that is very, very much better for me. It is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. However, I have some fangs on one of those crits.
Okay. So keep that in mind.
Yep.
I will trust you to do the appropriate action at the appropriate time. So you rolled enough for everyone to turn and look at you. That's more so what I was looking for, to see how many people's attention you can get. And so they all kind of turn to you. Most of them keep their phones pointed in the direction they were. Some of them turn towards you fully with that. But you get all of their attention.
We thank you for coming out here, but I am going to need all of your phones because this is actually a private set. We appreciate the fanfare, but like I said, you haven't signed anything as far as a non-disclosure agreement, so it's a very private film. Then you'll see posters coming out for it shortly. It's a Halloween special, as it were.
And one of them pipes up, yeah, but there's nothing saying that. There's nothing...
We didn't want to advertise, so we didn't have a crowd. Apparently it didn't work. So please, your phone, so I can make sure that everything's deleted.
But it's mine. Another one.
Right, but this isn't your property to give out, so... And he just kind of holds his hand out.
How close are you getting to them?
He'd still be walking up.
Okay. And slowly, one by one, they kind of hold out their phones. Some act a little bit more reluctant than others, but they still comply.
And he will kind of go through, make sure everything's deleted off everybody's phone. And be like, now, if I can please get you to vacate the area as well. We've got our stars coming up, and like I said, it's a very secretive project. We don't want people to be disturbed.
Are you having William help you with this?
If William chooses to help me, that'd be fine by me, but
Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily.
Okay, so between the two of you, figure out how you would like to give me an intelligence and technology roll. You can aid each other, you can roll separately, whichever way you'd like.
So we should probably hate each other.
Yeah, I don't have any technology, so I'll
Neither
let
does
William. Oh, that's fun. So yeah, we'll just fumble through it, I guess.
Okay.
Together.
Oh, great. I got one.
I didn't get any.
Okay. Okay. So Rufus, you go to start deleting things. And William catches you a couple times where you didn't fully delete it. Like you just sent it to their trash, and then he remembers that that's a thing. So you believe that
willpower help in this situation.
if you could roll it, that'd be a great idea.
I only got my success on my hunger die, so 2 now.
Okay. So you feel like you're thorough on how you clean this up. You go through all of their things and delete all their histories and everything. So to the best of your knowledge, you've cleaned it up as much as you possibly can. So Uriel, you were with Quinn, and Quinn's shadow has darted off. So you don't have any ways to go investigate things like this?
Not really.
Do any of you?
I don't think so. I don't know. Rufus might. I'm not entirely sure what his full set of capabilities are.
Wait. Looks like they're taking care of the phones and stuff. Should we go check on these Thin Bloods? Do we know who we're even supposed to talk to?
I believe the point of contact is a young man named Chris. I met him a couple times. Rufus is kind of in charge of him. So, yeah.
And we don't know where to go.
I mean, I'm sure I could.
So that's a no.
No, I don't know where their hideout is. It's around here somewhere. But I was not with them the first time they came here.
Lovely. Well, shall we go exploring? Best to stay as quiet as possible.
Yes.
So, stealth and dex.
Okie dokie. I'm going to burn a willpower to re-roll.
Okay.
That is 4 successes.
Okay, so you are much more quieter than your friend here. He kicks some stuff along the way and makes noise. And he's just like rapidly fascinated on what's ahead. And you guys start entering the park. And things are quiet, and then kind of out of nowhere, you hear some people shouting. Not very loud. Like, you can't hear it from the street. But once you get closer to the park and once you step like into the vicinity of it, you can definitely hear some stuff going on.
Oh, great. Uriel's gonna take a moment to pop in some
It's not
earplugs.
loud enough that you're gonna need that at this moment in time, but if there's any firearms involved, you will.
We're gonna do it now.
Okay, so you pop some earbuds in. And Quinn just gives you a look as you do that. But you two, he starts not quite running, but going faster towards the sound of people shouting out. And what do you do?
Uriel's gonna follow along, trying to keep relatively close, but also try and keep an eye on what's going on around us. He's
Okay.
obviously fixated on something, but someone should keep an eye out on the surroundings.
And kind of mid-step, you see that Shadow slip back into the very faint remnant of the one he had. You couldn't make it out in the van, but he does still have a shadow. It's just very, very hard to see. Like, it's been cut in half, pretty much. Its potency. And then he, like, shudders as it rejoins his. It's like, ooh, okay, well, I know where some of them are. And you do know that that is an ability of that shadow servant, is that they can commune that information once they rejoin their host. Yeah, there's a decent amount of them, so this way.
Not surprised. Let's go.
And he will lead you forward. And you do see a couple of them there. Believe you have at least seen T before. But you've definitely seen Chris. And they are together, and it looks like they have kind of pinned one of these zombies against a wall with some concrete.
Oh, crap. And Uriel will pull out and rack their pistol.
And T will turn to you. Oh yeah, a little help over here, please?
On our way.
What took you so long? Naine said he got contact with you guys a while ago. And you can see she's like struggling to keep the barricade in place.
I don't know what to tell you. As soon as Rufus passed on the message, we left. Well, he had to change. Anyway, let's...
I hope that is silenced. We're trying not to draw attention here, so none of us are doing that.
It's definitely silenced.
Yeah, because Rose saw a group of people, so she's running around letting everyone know to not make too much noise.
Yeah, Rufus is dispersing them with William. Oh shit, that's an actual zombie. Okay, let's do this.
And Chris is there trying to hold barricade as well.
Okay. Is there a way to maneuver around him so I can get a clear shot at the thing without worrying about hitting them?
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of in front of it, so there's definitely both sides.
Okay. Uriel's gonna peel off to one side so that they can take a shot at the zombie's head.
All right.
That is 4 successes.
Ooh. Shoot. There we go. Give me 1 second.
All good.
And they... All right. So it is struggling, so it will get an attempt to dodge. But only 2. So you still take some damage from you. And it makes like a choking guttural sound and tries to lunge forward again. And what do I give Chris? That's cool. That's not good. All right, so it lurches forward with as much as it can muster, and it actually pushes against both Chris and T, and it pushes them forward enough that it actually pulls away from the wall. And it looks like that shot you did a lot less than you had wanted to.
I thought you said aim for the head.
I didn't say it would take them down immediately.
Should have done more than that, though. Good.
They're very resilient.
I can see that.
And he will pull out his own firearm and kind of move around to the other side and do the same thing. And have the same amount of luck, pretty much. And it falls back against the wall as his bullet just kind of sinks into it as well. It doesn't look very overly like it's going to stop anytime soon. Back to William and Rufus. So you guys have deleted the information off the phone. Quinn and Uriel have kind of disappeared from your line of sight. What would you like to do?
Now, as I was saying, if we can get you all to vacate the area, there may be dangerous situations that with these stars that are going to be showing up. We can't have you being around. It's just not safe for you, not safe for us. That and private nature and the secretive nature of this, it's actually, as a matter of fact, can I have just all of your contact information? I'll make sure that you are compensated for this in some way, shape, fashion, or form. And he'll pull out a piece of paper and a pen. Like, just write your phone and email, and we will make sure that you get pre-screening passes when we come out with the movie.
What's the movie called?
I can't tell you that.
Come on.
It's a remake of a very old classic. That's all I can tell you.
And there's a few people like, oh, come on, why can't you tell us? And trying to get you to do it, but they all line up to sign this paper.
We'll tell you that you will not be disappointed when you see it.
Fine. And they all start to sign it.
As they're doing that, he'll kind of take a couple steps away and let them do their thing and pull William aside and like, we have to make a movie now, right?
Sure, Charlotte has some contacts.
Well, I'm sure we can muster something up. And I have plenty of willing individuals to play our zombies.
We can find local zombie crawl. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of willing individuals who do that, even if you can't get your regular people.
Yeah. I'm sure my people would be more than willing. I'm not using them as the star material, though, so.
Well, of course, that's going to me.
No, it won't.
I don't know.
However, potentially using somebody that Chris might know from somebody would be a viable option.
So they continue signing the paper, and the last person kind of hands it off to you. Be like, really excited for this. I can't wait to see what's going to happen here. I love zombie movies. What's your name?
That much I can't actually tell you. It's Tony Lewis. You won't be able to find me.
What,
usually
is this like an indie
uncredited.
project?
A bit, yes.
Awesome.
And as a matter of fact, we have our composer over here as well.
I am live.
What did you say the last name was? Did you give a last name or did you say something? Can you hear me?
Talking Dengle, right?
No, I'm talking to you.
No, do you?
Oh, no, William hasn't said anything yet.
Oh, I thought... And they turned to you kind of expecting you to say something.
Jerry Curtis.
Are you on any platforms I can look you up on?
Not currently. It's my first project.
Oh, come on, you don't have anything?
Working on getting some stuff set up, but eventually, yes.
Okay, well, keep looking. And they hand the paper off and walk away.
He's done local shows. It's just been a minute.
So as that person walks away, from the front of your van, you hear just a slow clap.
And look.
It is a younger kid. Early teens. I'm sorry, late teen. Mid-teen. Late to mid-teens. Words. And it is very, very visibly disfigured. It's just like Tony and Jerry.
Right, because they won't be lost in a crowd, right?
Right, so I couldn't do anything about this, but your friends are having some issues there.
Okay, well, we should probably go help.
Yeah, I was out here looking for you, because you should have been here a while ago.
Right, I had to take a shower. There is a story, no, I'm not willing to explain.
You know I'll find out.
I know, and you like the finding out process, so by all means, why derive you of your fun?
I guess. And he'll start walking forward and, like, spin to keep you guys in his sight. Like, I think your friends already left. So, yeah.
Good moving.
And he'll jog to keep up with you guys.
And yeah, Rufus will, because he's actually been here before, and so has William too, but Rufus will check their normal hiding spot.
Okay. And you do actually, once you pull around the corner, you see Quinn and Uriel both holding a firearm, while T and Chris, use some concrete to attempt to keep a zombie against a wall. At this point, both Uriel and Quinn have unloaded enough into the zombie that it is not moving anymore. But it took a while. And multiple bullets.
Oh, good. Back up.
Right. The tourist situation has been taken care of.
Wonderful.
Oh, good.
It took a little bit longer than it probably should have, but they were asking questions about what the movie is that we are shooting.
Movie? What?
Right. That was the easiest lie I could come up with.
Wonderful. Let's deal with this. What? There are others, yes? Others like this?
Yeah. We all split off and try and made them chase us, but there was, like, a lot of them. I didn't get a good count. There was, like, I don't know, more than 5.
How many do our squirrels say there are?
Well, for the last count I had was 6. Minus this, well, 7 including this one.
Okay. Well, I would say divide and conquer, but I don't necessarily think that's the best idea we've ever had.
These things can take a hit and these things can give it too.
So here's the thing. We've already finished 4 of them. And then more came.
Right, we should probably find the root of what's causing them.
Yeah, so as much as I would love some help taking care of these actual things, my biggest concern is getting the main thing taken care of.
Right.
Do you have a vague idea of where they were coming from? Like a direction, or was there like a tunnel, or did some of them just break down a wall, or?
Yeah, a vaguely that way direction. And she'll point off to where Cassidy's domain was.
Lovely.
As expected. Rufus will pull out his phone. Hey, Alex, have you seen anybody that looks like a zombie?
Are you talking an actual real zombie?
Yes.
No?
Okay. Do you know where such and such art park is?
I don't. It's. Are you calling or texting?
Texting.
And you don't get anything for another minute. But Buck does.
You can take a quick ride around and see if you can find where they're coming from. Kind of urgent.
Sure. Sure, guess we're in a zombie apocalypse movie, aren't we?
Fun fact, apparently.
I was just kidding. Oh shit.
I'll tell you the story when we're done.
And I feel like this is a good moment to wrap up. A good break in our story this evening. So you guys have found where they're coming, well, vaguely where they're coming from, and the problem for the night. So, thank you for all who joined us. Please visit our social media. There is a link tree that you can find. You can also find our social media linked pretty much everywhere. Check out our YouTube page where you can find all the past episodes. I'm working on something extremely slowly, but making them more bite-sized. That's a slow project. If you can donate to Patreon, that'd be lovely and would go a long way in helping everything. If you can't, we totally understand. And please at least like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell us what you liked, tell us what you didn't like. Tell us what you want to see more of. Suggestions, whole 9 yards. It would help a lot and we would love to hear from you guys. You can join our Discord where you can talk to us, ask us questions, and we'll post, and we post animal pictures. You can see more of the multiple cats that were hanging out with us tonight. And our dogs, because most of us have dogs as well. I don't think I missed anything. We should mostly be back to a normal schedule. Mostly.
Yes.
So yes, please join us next Tuesday for a continuation of this night, which should be interesting. Thursday for our Hunter game, and then Saturday for more of Sabbat Week in Atlanta.
Should be fun.
Yes. So we will be moving to potentially post-games talk after this. If you'd like to stick around, that'd be great. If not, this is your warning to leave before there are spoilers. Because we'll potentially be answering questions from tonight or just talking about the situation in general. So, this is your warning. Okay. About them zombies.
Goddamn zombies.
Do we like Zombie Apocalypse Night?
It'll be fun. It'll be different. I don't know if we're fully equipped to take care of it ourselves.
We are
but
not.
fine.
It'll be fine.
What are those famous last words?
What could go wrong?
Okay, wasn't.
All of the above.
Well, did the three of you enjoy tonight?
Absolutely.
Did you enjoy Quinn?
Yes, our grumpy little Hakata man is lovely and I love him.
Our banker of Duncern.
Yes. His last name is Duncern.
Yeah. I almost immediately picked up on that of I did finances. I was like, oh, he's that.
I very
They're
much
fun.
I very much wanted to introduce this family into our World of Darkness game. They're fantastic, and we've already touched on the Giovanni on yours.
And the Samiti.
And Samiti, and I've already touched on the Cappadocian, so I figured why not bring another one in?
I do have eventual injection of the Putanesca family as well.
Ooh, interesting. And you guys
Because-
can absolutely run into other Hakata clans here too, you just haven't yet.
Because the Putanescas and the Giovannis don't like each other.
Neither do the Dunsons
Gee, I
and the
wonder why.
Giovannis.
Gee, I wonder
Okay.
why.
To be fair, the Giovannis are the Tremere of the Hakata.
They are.
Oh, they
They
so
just
are.
don't like anybody.
It's funny that you said that because that was exactly what I was thinking back when Faye asked, so how much do you guys know about the Hakata? I literally almost put, I know that they're the Tremere of the Hakata.
I love the Duncern family so much. I think it's fascinating.
Yes.
I would love to play a Duncern Hakata.
Maybe eventually.
Maybe eventually.
Right now you have other things to take care of.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean get rid of Tori to play one.
Oh no, you have Haley right now.
Yep. Yes, I have Haley. My interesting Tremere.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of different clans and bloodlines that would be fun to play.
Oh my god, yes.
And seeing them done in their own unique ways would be kind of awesome.
Did you like your subtle reprimand from Evelyn Buttons?
Very good. Very good.
Questions about tonight from you guys?
Does Quinn believe that Rufus is completely incompetent?
Yet to be determined.
No. So what I'm hearing is no.
So far in this coterie, he is the only one that has gotten stuff done. William has helped, and they've talked, but he hasn't displayed what he can do to Quinn yet, other than apparently do music and be a Toreador. Because I'm assuming he's very put together looking and very cool as a cucumber looking. And then Uriel, not a big fan of Tremere.
No way. Somebody else that doesn't like Tremere.
Go figure.
And is slightly put off by the intensity of how interested they are in everything they've done so far. That's where he's sitting on the coterie.
I mean, to be fair, Rufus was just like, "Oh, that's useful. It'd be nice to know, but I don't want to."
Right. And Uriel has intensely been, ooh.
Yeah.
Yep.
To be fair, it's also right, but I mean, it kind of follows character though, so
I didn't say it didn't. I said Quinn is off-put by it.
and that's fair.
Tremere are off-putting.
Yes.
Fuck them
yes,
kids.
They are.
No, they're never off-putting. What are you talking about?
Anything you guys want to talk about tonight?
Does the squirrel that Rufus talked to know what he was doing back there?
Oh, yeah.
That's so weird to say.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
I figured as much. And that's why Rufus is like, nah, you can find out from your fucking squirrel.
So yes, Naine can speak through the squirrels. Not speak, but he can deliver messages through them.
Yeah.
As a good little swarm keeper should be able to.
Right. Gonna be real creepy when bugs start talking.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, no, that's why, like, the thought of a Nosferatu swarm keeper, regardless of what the animal actually is so freaking cool.
Right?
Because you can do so much with them. Like, you can do, like, obviously squirrels or bugs or rats or dogs or cats or pigeons.
If
whatever.
I was going to play a Nosferatu, it would be tech and that. Like, absolutely 100%. That is what I would play.
Yeah. I don't know if I could play a Nosferatu, but if I was going to, that would probably be the way that I would be leaning.
Yeah.
As a literal cat burglar.
I think I would play kind of a secret hoarder, but like actually use both tech and animals to do that.
That's fair.
And just have like a manual hoard of stuff. And secrets and things like that. But like the thought of that is very interesting and fun.
Yes. And not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised that Naine showed up.
He's not gonna do
I don't know,
very
they're
much,
zombies.
but there's a big problem when zombies are afoot.
Yeah. I honestly don't know if he physically can do a whole lot, but
No,
I know
his-
discipline-wise he has a bunch, but they're geared toward one thing.
Yeah, they're geared towards pranks and information gathering. It's not very combat oriented.
As it shouldn't be. Because let's be honest here. Teenage mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Forever.
Oh yeah, no. If you want information on people, you can pay a price.
Gonna be a box of M80s and like a 3-foot fuse, but whatever.
It varies on what you're looking for. But oh no, if you want information, Naine is the one to find, if you can find him.
I can. Apparently.
Well, he finds you most of the time.
Exactly. Just wait long enough and I'll find him.
Uriel has seen this world before.
I imagine they would at
Oh no, you
some
found
point.
one in the tree outside of the museum.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So you have been followed before. Right after you started
Yep.
meeting the coterie.
Interesting. Let's see if they finally pick up on that.
William probably has too.
I don't think he's noticed any.
Oh no, he hasn't seen them, but he's seen them once or twice when dealing with Rufus and everything like that. But you've probably been followed as well.
Most likely.
King is not Barney. King does have information on people, but it's not going out and tracking people information.
When you finally realize how he gets his information, you're gonna laugh.
I'm very curious. Very curious. Will we even find that out? I wonder.
Eventually. But obviously not right now.
Obviously. I feel like it's been pretty obvious that King doesn't leave his place very much to get information, nor does he have a system to get it anymore.
Yeah.
R.I.P. the mountains of Nosferatu bodies.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but probably net gain.
Net gain for who, though?
The the people trying to hide.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. There's other information networks that you guys haven't found out about yet.
Don't have any questions.
I'm gonna have to remember to have Varia check out the other addresses. Tell her to
Okay.
bring back up
Other
that-
addresses.
as far as the zombies are concerned.
Oh, there was only this one.
Okay, well, she might be getting a call shortly.
I expect you to contact some people, so just if you could give me a list before the next game so I can have the people prepped and ready.
Yep.
I don't need it now, just before the game.
It probably won't be a very long list, but it'll be a couple people.
That's fine. I would just appreciate having the index cards ready to go.
Yeah.
It is 1:45. I need to go to bed here.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Night.
Oh, whoops. Is there anything else you guys would like to touch on?
On my end.
Not that I can think of.
All right. So thanks for sticking around, everyone. Have a good evening. Enjoy our future games.